Social and cultural anthropology is a branch of anthropology specialized in the study of society and culture. Human beings reveal the knowledge of understanding various forms and relations categorized into different disciplines. Each discipline focuses on a particular area and trains oneself to think in the manner a subject matter is from. The disciplines of social sciences such as history, economics, and psychology have intricate relationships with social and cultural anthropology. Past experiences and activities of the human race helped men to discover the discipline of history. History shows the information or acts as a storehouse of all events. All events, either past or present, are related with an institution, and the process of development of various institutional activities is always associated with a historical process. The subject matter of history has been a consistent concern in social and cultural anthropology. History has to do with the recordings and writings of actions of men at a given time and space. It provides knowledge of past events along with the chronology of events and critical values. It does not cover only the written events but also oral data. Herodotus, father of history, used information which are available in the form of oral lore and narratives. History is indeed the record of human process, development and change. Social and cultural anthropology study communities or societies in which they try to include the historical account, any past events which are peculiar to them, and then explain, analyze and interpret in a generalized form. Whenever there is written records, any history of a particular study area is the strong point for the anthropologists to give their analysis or argument, and then the whole process of the authentication of data is carried out. However, unlike social and cultural anthropologists, historians need not require to ascertain and prove why a particular incident happened in a given time and period. Many social anthropologists such as Tyler, Boas, Maine, etc. took the help of history and came up with various generalizations and developed theories of understanding society and culture. History provides a way to link off different stages of development and understanding human society by connecting past with the present. In understanding the process of development as well as change in the contemporary world, different approaches have been used by anthropologists, and they focus on researching the context of study where a particular piece of study which was already done by some scholars are again brought to the attention of researchers to find out the overall understanding of the society. Social anthropologists thus try to see the society using various sources of data, including the historical data or records. Social anthropologists generally study small communities with intensive fieldwork where reconstruction of the past is possible. This provides an insight of looking at the past. However, with the use of historical data and the complexity of the collected cultural traits, politics and conflict, rituals and beliefs, a fruitful path for further study surfaces. Many anthropologists provide monographs and historical accounts of different communities in different parts of the world, which was later on utilized by the administrators for governance. History is very comprehensive in its scope. All important social and cultural events and information has occupied a great place in the records of history. Any study of society and culture always need the records and knowledge of history. Sociologist Louis Dumont and anthropologist E. Pritchard showed interest of seeking the historical records of Indian civilizations and China in studying Indian caste system. And peasant societies of Far East respectively for the study of interpretation, explanation and change in their societies. The social science of economics, developed in the late 18th century, has enabled us to deal with various human activities. It mainly deals with the process of production, consumption, and distribution. In course of time, various theories of human economic behavior have been developed. Like economists, social anthropologists also study economic behavior. They study the customs and traditions in order to understand the economy and exchange relationships, which provide a good platform for comparative study of various economic systems in different societies. Anthropologists try to understand the organizational structures of their economy and generalize the findings of these different societies. Recently, the trend of focusing to the non-Western countries has shifted to the Western industrialized societies. When we talk about economy and economic organization, there are activities responsible in providing a society with its goods and services. Relationship in the form of various communications between economists and anthropologists is very important, and both of them, especially social anthropologists, are aware of the importance of economy or related mechanisms of the society they study. However, the study of economic institutions in every society is different. Beyond the basic needs, human beings always desire to have surplus and unlimited stocks. As population increases, production capacity of human beings also increases. Such processes are associated with the vast exploitation of nature, which has resulted into ecological imbalances, which in turn bring about differences among the societies. Some have simple technology, while others have highly sophisticated technologies. The study of economic system of each society is always based on the three principles of economics of production, distribution, and consumption. The specialization of labor counts a lot in the economy of a society. When we talk about the Indian caste system, many scholars have argued that caste system provides specialization of occupation to particular sections of society. For example, A Brahmin is not allowed to cultivate as his occupational specialization assigned by caste structure is the performance of rites and rituals, worshipping gods and goddesses. Such occupational specialization of Indian caste system is believed to control the basic structure of a society in maintaining the sustainability of natural resources as well as production. However, there are societies which live on random occupations where individuals keep on changing their occupation. They have division of labor over time, sex and prestige except on certain cases. Let us take the examples of the Navajo Indians who destroys the goods and all kinds of personal belongings as a sign of prestige at times of a man's death. The idea of potluck, where people destroy the property in showing off the wealth of a particular ownership, the large the amount of stuffs destroyed means wealthier than the others. Psychology is a branch of social science which deals with the study of mind and behavior of human beings in a systematic way. It tries to solve various human problems by understanding the thought pattern, emotions, and behavior of a group of individuals. It includes the idea of balance, considering both physical and social conditions. What may we call abnormal behavior and attitudes in one society may not be considered as same in other societies. The ideas, thinking pattern, reasoning and analysis of various social phenomena of human beings are performed at various levels, and this is learned by the social and cultural anthropologists, particularly culture personality school. They use various taste analysis to understand and interpret society and culture at large. Various culture personality specialists have done elaborate studies on different communities where they define behavior and personality as the product of culture as well as environment. Anthropologists study culture as well as the interactional process of cultural values and mental process. All individuals grow and develop in a community or society through the process of enculturation. They study the perception, conceptual, emotional, cognitive as well as mental health. Cultural practices and interpretations are the result of the personality or temperament of the network of individual relations in a society. Personality is considered as characters, attitudes, ideas and values, roles and statuses which are unique to its own culture and environment. Such personality and personality formation is always shaped by the culture and environment where an individual has grown up. For example, Eskimos have different cultural personality than the American Indians because they have adapted and developed at different geographical regions. The study of three cultures, namely Pueblo Juni, Dobo and Kwakiutl by Ruth Benedict, shows that people from the same geographical area do have the different personality due to their differences in the cultural practices and experiences. Cora DuBois, who studied many of the Native Americans of North California and the Pacific Northwest, also studied the Eloris of Indonesia in late 1930s. She had analyzed the personality structure of the Eloris by taking case studies, life histories and conducted various personality tests including Bouchard's test and come to the conclusion that individual variations are always existed in the personality structure within a culture when a particular practice or experience always favors the development of a particular type of personality. Abraham Cardenas, who studied the Marquesa Islanders, a Polynesian island cultures, found a mechanisms of controlling society in the form of female infanticides. However, this practice itself creates a problem of excess male population in the society, resulting into the system of polyandry, where females spend most of their days with different husbands and at local beauty shops maintaining her status and beauty. These attitudes of the woman folk resulted into frustration, fear, anxiety among the children. They have been left neglected and men folk also suffer from the same. Jealousy and enmity crave amongst them. Same is the case with the personality type of the Toda of Nilgiri Hills. So from the above accounts of different communities, we come to know that cultural practices shape the personality of a group, and this cultural personality is directly or indirectly shaped by the physical and social environment. To conclude, relationship of social and cultural anthropology with history, economics and psychology give an idea that when a society, whether simple technological or industrialized society is studied, one needs to incorporate the historical records of the society so as to analyze, explain and interpret the findings along with the theoretical and methodological approaches. Economic system, besides being the interest area of the economist, remains as a broader perspective to understand the social system of different societies. The study of society requires understanding the mental makeup or psychological understandings of interpreting the individuals in relation to culture. Many of the studies provided a very high correlation of personality with culture, environment in providing a cognitive understanding of individuals.